And I've been in survivor mode where I would hold on to 2-3 jobs at a time because I feel like I need to have more money because I don't want to ever not have, you know, or I'm rushing every time I want to do anything throughout the day. I'm just rushing my whole day. And I'm like, girl, if you don't calm down and enjoy this coffee, girl, if you don't calm down and get them feet done, girl, if you don't calm down and read a book, because I was driving myself nuts, all in the name of trying to be successful. But what is success if I am burnt out? I don't want to be in survivor mode. What's up, beauty marks? So I don't know about you, but it's 2023. It's 2023. And I no longer, and I'm sure many of you do not either, no longer want to live in the mode of feeling anything less than abundant. I don't want to be in survivor mode. I want to feel happiness from the inside, and that no external thing is needed for me to wake up and love the life I have set up for myself, right? But a lot of us are living in survivor mode. We're always stressed, we're always running, we're always moving too fast. We don't know how to calm down or sit down. There's something innately going on inside of us that's making us feel like everything is a lot. And what does that really mean, right? What is survivor mode? So, put my glasses on. Let's read the actual definition of being in survival mode. It is essentially booting in safe mode. Things like trauma, prolonged grief, or even burnout can cause our brains to opt into booting this way. It's basically our brain entering survival mode. Wow. This is you not sleeping at night. This is you anticipating tomorrow while today just began. There's so many aspects of being in survival mode. How do you know if you're in survival mode? Let's discuss that. But also, how do we get out of survival mode? Let's also discuss that. When we're living in survivor mode, we literally have no room for error. Every little thing you decide to invest yourself into, it has to work, right? This has to work or else. You leave no room for any errors in your life. And you also leave no room for any opportunities to come your way either, because everything has such high risk. You also cause the people around you to feel your same energy. You bring frantic to the situation. When you walk in the room, everybody tenses up. You don't know that, but that is what's happening. You're creating environments around you that don't feel comfortable. People can't just be relaxed around you. You feel heavy. When you're in survival mode, you don't realize it, but you're always doing certain things like complaining. We're going to go into that in a moment. Complaining, and you bring an energy of unhappiness to other people. Whether you're joking and fun and friendly is one thing. You may be all those things, but a lot of the topics you're choosing to be fun and friendly on are negative topics, topics of lack, topics of can't stand something, topics of complaining, and that's where your agreeableness comes with certain people. To get out of survival mode, you have to change the way you're talking to others, because you're only going to attract a tribe of people who feel the same way as you, and that keeps you stuck. But it's okay. Yes, maybe you are in and have always been in survival mode. Who knows? Maybe you grew up in an environment that didn't give you any other choice, or so you thought. Everything was always lacking. There was always a scarcity. There was always something for you to worry about. You took on your parents' worries. Who knows, right? That very well may be your case. And now that's trickled into your adult life. And you don't want to keep carrying that, because what that mode does is it keeps you from experiencing happiness. Because how can you experience joy when you always feel lack or feel guilt or feel unhappy and don't even know why? So let's talk about the ways that we can get you out of survival mode and start getting you into success mode. Phoenix is so excited. Let's talk about it. The best way to start releasing some of this anxiety and stress and to get out of survival mode is to regain your control. It's all about regaining the control. How do we do that? We have to assess where we are, right? And we need to start with the most recent time of our life. Let's start with last week. What did you do last week that felt good? What did you do that was a good thing last week? What was good? Did you make it to the gym on time? Did you go to the gym? Did you write down your goals and actually make them happen? Did you read every single day? Did you meditate every single day? Did you pray every single day? Great, right? Write that down, because we have to start feeling good about something about ourselves, first of all. Because you are doing some things right. You're not doing everything wrong, but I think we only acknowledge the bad, right? Number two, what did you do last week that you feel like you could have did better? What were some things that happened last week that prevented your week from going a little bit smoother? On Monday, could you have left the house a little bit earlier and maybe not gotten into so much traffic? Could you have packed your lunch so you wouldn't have had a crappy break? Could you have packed your gym bag and had it sitting there waiting for you after work instead of getting in the house still on the phone with your girlfriend, and that 45 minutes you could have been on the way to the gym, and in the gym you spent it on the phone instead? Are you prioritizing your time better? We got to figure out what's the things that are causing the trickle effect of more bad things to happen, because once you regain control of your time, you can regain control over your life. So that's the first step of getting you out of survival mode. We got to figure out, where are we spending this time at? Because time is your currency, right? So if you're spending your time not wisely, you're going to start feeling insecure about your life, because you're realizing life's passing you by and you're not getting where you're supposed to be. And you know you should be somewhere else because this doesn't feel natural, nor does it feel good. You know, they always say that when people meet you, they can get a glimpse of where you are in your life just by how you talk. So if the first thing you're doing when people meet you is complain, you are showing them that you are not happy with your life. You are showing them you have no control over your life. Because people who complain feel like they can't change their circumstances. You ever be around the wealthy? They may, talk about things that, may seem like a big deal to them that aren't really like a big deal to most people, because they are on another playing field. Like, their gripes are different from the gripes of someone who hasn't became that level of success yet. You get what I'm saying? They got bigger problems, and you're complaining about things that you can honestly fix. We've got to stop complaining about things that can be fixed. And we got to stop introducing ourselves to others as a complainer, or coming into a room with the complaints. Stop complaining to others and stop complaining to yourself. Like, you're not going to get an A for effort in your life. You got to just do the work. The effort, you have to put in the effort. You're not going to get an A just because you showed up. You got to put in the work. So complaining is not going to help anything. It actually makes the problem bigger. It makes it bigger in your mind, because you can honestly fix it. It just takes time and diligence, and it's annoying at first, but once you make that step, the action will create your momentum. So number 2 is stop the complaining. Number 3, you got to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. You are a work in progress. Right? Forgive yourself, but don't forget the mistakes that got you in this situation. Don't forget that part, right? Remember what we said with number 1? Regain your control, see what we're doing, how are we spending our time? Forgive yourself for not starting sooner, okay? It's okay. What is life if you're not making mistakes and figuring them out? And it's the journey, right? So forgiving yourself doesn't mean you let yourself off the hook. It means I forgive myself. I will start now. I will start new. I will start fresh. And these are the things that I see were hindering me. And that's fine. I acknowledge those things. I'm not going to forget these things because I don't want to revert back to these things. Okay? You remember last time when you gained 10 pounds in a week, what you was eating. Remember, we not eating that type of stuff anymore. Remember that. Or remember the last time you engaged in conversations with these people and it got you in trouble at work. We're not doing that no more because we have goals that we're trying to get to. And doing stuff like this will only hinder those results. So number 3, forgive, but don't forget the mistakes that got you where you don't want to be. All right, number 4, learn to delegate. It's exhausting you because you're not letting anyone help you. It doesn't mean you have to let people know your business and why you need the help. It means delegating like a boss. Step into your boss mindset. You are the boss of your life. Maybe you don't own a company, but you're still a boss. You're the boss of your own life. You're the CEO of you. So what that means is you delegate things in your life that you can't handle right now. You got 24 hours in a day. You prioritize every single thing that you know you can naturally do. These are your zones of genius that you know you can handle. You delegate the things that you know you're not the greatest at and you really don't have the time to be figuring out all day long. You don't have 10 hours to figure this thing out. Find a way to outsource that to someone else. And if you're at a job right now and you realize that you don't really feel like you're valued in the position that you're in, you need to step up and say, I need to speak to my supervisor and see if there's other opportunities within this company that are better suited for my skills. Then you two can discuss what are your skills, what are you good at, and maybe get you moved into a better position. If you have to be at a job 8 hours, 8.5, 9 hours a day. Wouldn't you rather be at a job and doing a position that you actually like? Even if you're not going to stay at that company, start looking for things that are better suited to some of your skills. Maybe that environment isn't great. Maybe it doesn't matter what environment you're in because you're not good right now, and anywhere you go, it's not going to feel good. So it's time to assess what's going on with you, but also what do you really want to do so that you can take the next step of looking for a better position for yourself. Because we got to stop being mad about where we're at because we haven't made the decision to change. You have to change where you are. No one's going to change it for you. You got to change. You got to figure out where you want to go. You delegate stuff to other people that you can't handle if you're running a business. But if you're in a job, you take the time to step up and speak to someone about what's going on with you, how can you progress, how can you get a raise, and then you go from there. It's the baby steps. At least even if they can't move you somewhere right now, you know what you're working towards. And that's enough to give you some peace of mind to know you're not stuck. Next, create the new plan and work backwards. Decide what it is you really want to do. Decide who it is you really want to be. What does happy look like for you? What does success look like for you? Turn off social media. Stop seeing what success looks to others. Turn off Netflix. Stop seeing what success looks like on TV. You need to see what success looks like for you. I had to do that. I was like, what does success look like for me? I like living somewhere comfortable. I like having nature around me. I like a nice dog park around the corner from me and my dog. I like being around areas that have all of my favorite grocery stores. There's certain stuff that makes me happy and makes me feel comfortable. And success for me is how many women can I help? How many women can I put smiles on their faces because they've decided to change their lives and reinvent themselves? What does success look like for you? So you create the plan and you work backwards from it. That is how you get out of survival mode. You start putting a plan in motion. There is a joy that comes along with knowing what's next. Because all the time you're living in this mysterious world of, I don't know who I am. I don't know what I want. And you start to wane in, you start to hone in on that so much, you start feeling like, man, maybe I'm just not meant to be much because I don't know what to do. You've given up before you've even started. Start to explore what it is that you think you like. And that way you can start getting more clues. The more steps we take, the more clues come our way. But when we make no steps at all, the clues have nowhere to catch us. Make baby steps. Start discovering more about yourself, your likes, your wants, so that you can start creating a world that wants to give it to you. You have to create an environment where you are open to receiving. When you are isolated and all the things I just named before, when you don't want to be bothered, when you don't want to take the time to create the plan, when you want to complain, when you don't want to regain control, when you don't want to step out and ask for help, you get nowhere. Okay, so we have to create the new game plan and work backwards. You're not going to get there in one day, but you can get one step closer every day. Number 5, stop hiding. You want to be in isolation all the time. You don't want to be bothered with anybody. And don't get me wrong, there are times of isolation that I feel like I've made the biggest strides of my life. But are you isolating yourself because you're depressed or because you're sad or you're embarrassed about where you are? You don't want to talk to anybody about it? That is the surefire way to never get anywhere, because if you're not doing well, you may want to tell people who might possibly have opportunities to offer you. Stop hiding. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. There is no one on this planet who hasn't had a hard time. And if you have people around you who make you feel like they've never had a hard time, you got the wrong people around you. Transparency is everything. There are times I've had to be transparent about situations that I was in with people that I cared about, and it only got me opportunities, and they helped me, and it helped me get out of my slump. You need people, you need community, you need God. But if you're not willing to sit and say, okay, I surrender, I'm going to come out of hiding, I'm going to work on my prayer life. I'm going to actually, say I'm not doing good. I'm going to admit that to myself and come out of hiding. You will stay stuck. You got to stop hiding in the house. Even if that means your normal little coffee break that you have from your work from home life, you take that coffee break somewhere else. Go to the local, Starbucks or whatever. Sit down and get around other people. Because as long as you stay isolated, you're hiding yourself from opportunities and community. So stop hiding. And last but not least, replenish yourself. This has nothing to do with if you're broke right now or if you're rich right now. Replenishing yourself can mean so many things. How is your health? Because if that is waning, we gotta work on that. We gotta work on that pretty much first. Because when you're not mentally and physically strong, your life isn't. You're not gonna attract things to you because you won't be able to see it. You're not mentally strong, you're not physically strong. You have no energy, you're mentally and physically taxed. So replenish yourself. Start with something as little as going for a 15-minute walk every day. So grateful that I have my dog, even though I complain because it's cold outside sometimes about, going out for walks, but it does make me get out the house, receive the nature, and just getting the blood flowing and circulating through my body. That's so important. Move your body, replenish yourself. Have an apple every day. I know we've heard that since we were a little kid, but there's something to it. You need the fiber. Incorporate more greens into your life. Get your multivitamin game up. I've been doing my vitamins let me tell you something. I got 10 vitamins I take every single day at different times, but I need them. We need vitamins. We need water. We need sunlight. Start from a holistic sense. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and getting rest. Sleep. I don't care what time you go to bed. Go to bed when your body says, I'm tired. Okay? Phoenix agrees. You gotta build you back up. And it's time to get started today. Not tomorrow. You start today because you're burnt out. So today, start with the replenishment. Take a nap, wake up, go for a walk. Order the vitamins you need to order. Go to the store, walk around the store, interact with people. Matter of fact, don't order online. Get up and go to the store, get a multivitamin. Replenish your spirit. Meditate, pray. It's time for you to stop being so rushed and burnt out. That's not what life is about. And I'm speaking from experience because I did just that. I ran myself into the ground. Running a personal training business, trying to do all the acting auditions, trying to be a friend to everybody, trying to have a relationship. I was so tired. I was like, when does Pam breathe? I'm at the nail shop getting my nails done. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Can't even enjoy the nail experience because I'm always worried about what I gotta do. Burnt out. And I've been in survivor mode where I would hold on to 2-3 jobs at a time because I feel like I need to have more money because I don't want to ever not have. Or I'm rushing every time I want to do anything throughout the day. I'm just rushing my whole day. And I'm like, girl, if you don't calm down and enjoy this coffee, girl, if you don't calm down and get them feet done, girl, if you don't calm down and read a book. Because I was driving myself nuts, all in the name of trying to be successful. But what is success if I am burnt out? I don't want to be in survivor mode. And you need to invest in yourself. When you get to the point, if you're not there already, that you can invest and delegate, and you want to delegate the process of actually having to figure everything out on your own. Maybe you want change, but you just don't know where to start. Well, that's where I step in. Beauty mark coaching is all about looking at the scars that life has given us and now calling those our beauty marks. And what that really means is life has been throwing you curveballs, and it always will. You need a team, you need a community, you need someone to talk to, someone that'll help you organize some of those thoughts going through your mind. I know for me, a lot of my clients are boss babes. They have a lot on their to-do list and they are still striving for more in life, but they can't figure out how to reach the capacity to actually let more in because they're already full. Well, you're not already too full. We just have to expand your capacity and figure out what's not necessary and what really is so we can get you to where you want to go. If you'd like more information or if you'd like to have a consultation with me, it's completely free. You can go to my website, www.pamelathebeauty.com, and schedule your consultation today, and I'll leave the links in my bio. I hope you guys enjoyed this and get out of survival mode today. You deserve it, and you owe you. Bye, Beauty Mark.